is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 65 of the Geekcast. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my good best buddy in all the world, Toby. What's up, Toby?
You know what? That is absolutely correct. And
it is.
Sean Capri has admitted defeat.
Yes, he has.
So I'm glad to be on top. Nice to see you, Bobby.
Nice to see you. Nice to be seen. But there is you still got one competition in the UK.
Who's that?
My good friend Murren.
Oh.
So real quick though, I wanted to do something. I woke up this morning, and just as I was getting ready to join this and set this all up, I get a invite to a Facebook page called Deeper Reaches Miniatures. I like the page, you know. Yeah. So I want to encourage everybody, if you're on Facebook, just take a moment, shoot on over, give Mern a like on his page. It's basically Toby and his family have a business where they do miniatures, and they like Toby paints them, and his parents, you know, they paint them, and it's like everybody has their own aspect to it and stuff. And I believe Murren's on his own, right?
Yeah, he does his own sculpting.
He said, "Screw you, idiots! I'm going to do my own thing." He sculpts and stuff like that, and but some of the sculpts you showed me that he does are really amazing.
Yeah, they are. He's really talented.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't you show me he did like Breaking Bad ones?
Yeah, he did like a couple of one-off Breaking Bad figures.
Yeah, man. But guy is awesome. Like seriously, does some good work. So
yeah,
get a chance, go check it out. Toby's not really going to plug his brother because he just, he's kind of rude and stuff like that. So
it's my bro. Cool.
I got your back, Murren. Don't worry about Toby. So let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs. I'm so used to like Sean yelling Geek Outs in my ear anymore.
Geek Out, come on.
I think he's jealous of the show. He wants to be
on he is.
Toby, what are you geeking out about this week?
You know, you never hear me going, shout outs, let's do shout outs. Even though we just did one. But
yeah, it's pretty much.
But yeah, so I am geeking out about our little video project that we've been working on together.
Dude, that's the same one I got.
Ah, well, there you go.
Well, let's talk about it then. Let's have a little conversation about this.
All right.
So, man, what was it? About a month ago now, I did this collaboration video with Commonwealth Realms. And in doing that, I kind of learned some things. And I was like, there's no reason why I can't be doing this on my channel, things, and things like that. So I reached out to Toby. I also did reach out to Sean, Mark Harriman. But Toby and I kind of did the first one, the guinea pig, to see how it worked out. And if it works out good, I'll continue to do this with other guys and things like that, as well as Toby. But what we did was we're doing a Geekcast top 10 Mario Kart 8 tracks. It's kind of hard to say. Trust me, when I was trying to record, I messed up like 5-10 times. I kept saying it like Geekcast. I gotta start over. So. But basically what we did was, the way we did it was I picked I nominated 5 tracks. Toby nominated 5 tracks. We made sure that the 5 tracks were different. Like if we had multiples, we looked at them and, like I picked an extra or he picked an extra or whatever it might be. The eligibility was just, it had to be a new track to Mario Kart series. It couldn't be like one of these remasters and stuff like this. We love those tracks. We're not saying they're not good. But we wanted to kind of keep this specific to Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, because we might do other videos like top 10 Mario Kart 64 tracks,
yes,
etc. So.
Exactly, or whatever, or top 10 Mario Kart tracks of all time, whatever it might be. So going into this is what we kind of did, and we're not going to reveal any places or anything what went well. But basically what happened was he nominated 5, I nominated 5, and then Toby ranked the 10 1 to 10, and I nominated the 10 1 to 10, and then if the track was in first place, it got 10 points, and last place got 1 point, and then we took those points, added them up, and that gave us a number 1 overall. I'm like excited for this. I can't wait to get this video done. It's really
It is cool because it's something different. We don't normally make videos like this, and if it turns out well, then I'm sure we'll make many more videos like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So it's going to be cool.
Because the thing of it is like you don't see us. Well, in theory, you don't see us. And the funny thing is like I did like and to get the footage, we used Nintendo's editing process to get the footage out that we wanted.
Yeah, but it's funny because Wii U doesn't have a built-in share feature, does it?
No.
So we had to upload directly to Mario Kart TV.
But the thing too is we both have Elgatos. We could have just recorded the footage that we wanted, but we didn't. We just went through and did it because I do like Nintendo's editing process, like where you can pick things to focus on and the drifting, and it's very cool how they, rather than just having the race, we utilize that footage, which was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, it's cool because you get different camera angles as well, didn't you?
Exactly. But the funny thing was as I was uploading them to my YouTube channel, people are commenting on it, and I'm like, this isn't even what I'm doing. Like this is it was cool.
What we intended,
yeah, it was cool, but it wasn't what I intended it to be. So, so that's where we're at with that. But I'm excited to see where it goes in the future because as we did this, I was like, this is pretty awesome. This is going to be really. Hold on for a minute. I gotta go hurt a dog. I'll be right back.
I've got to go hurt a dog. No animals were harmed during the making of this podcast.
Now he'll sit at the top of the steps and bark.
Oh, you didn't string him up somewhere and put tape over his mouth?
I brought him down here because what he is, he's sitting at the back door and he's barking at the squirrels and stuff that are running around.
Oh, right.
He wants to go out. So now he'll sit at the top of the steps and whining and he wants to go out there. Okay. So, all right, we're done with that. All right, so let's jump into what we're playing. What are you playing this week, Toby?
So I started off the week playing Mafia 3 a bit more since the last podcast. Really enjoying that. But then Tomb Raider or Rise of the Tomb Raider turned up. So I had that pre-ordered as well.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And they were like released like 3 days apart or something silly like that. So anyway, you know, I'm not the sort of person who concentrates on one game at a time. Like if 2 games that I'm really looking forward to come out at once, then I have to play both of them simultaneously. Because
how?
I can't wait. Like I know that I've got Tomb Raider sitting right there, and I'm like, I've got to check it out. So anyway, so I've actually played much more of Tomb Raider than I have of Mafia 3. And
are you not liking Mafia?
I am. I'm really liking Mafia, but the thing is with Tomb Raider is it's pretty much gaming comfort food for me. And it's like just so sort of nourishing. Like everything about what you do in that game, like you're collecting things, you're upgrading things, you've got like different weapons, different outfits, and you're exploring the environment and you're raiding tombs and you're shooting people and you're being stealthy and stuff. Like there's just so much goodness to this game that it's just hard to put it down when you start playing it. You know, I'd say like, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely enjoying Tomb Raider more than Mafia, but Bobby's got the dog on his lap now.
He climbed up on the desk, man. Now he's like, kind of hanging out here while we're recording. Go ahead. It's all right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I'm just really digging Tomb Raider at the moment.
I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews with Mafia 3.
Yes, so have I. Yeah.
And, the one in particular was from Kind of Funny Games on PS I Love You. Colin Moriarty was kind of giving it a lot of guff per se.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy with it. Was
no. Now, did you hear the things that he said or no?
Yeah, I listened to it all.
What did you take from what he was saying?
He was saying that like, you know, some of the things that were annoying him were like the lighting glitches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've come across a few lighting things, but they don't really bug me that much. But I think the main thing that annoyed him about the game was the general gameplay aspects just got a bit repetitive and boring.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, you're doing the same thing sort of over and over.
Yeah.
And because I haven't played it because he played it for like 25 hours. So
yeah, he got a lot of time.
I'm sure, like, if you play a game for 25 hours, you enjoy the game, no matter what your niggles are with it. Like, you can't say you don't enjoy it. But I think it started to grate on him after a while. So, I mean, I've only played it like 4 hours, and it's not got boring for me yet, but it may do when I'm 10, 20 hours in. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, like when I played Grand Theft Auto 5, like I never really got bored of it, and I didn't feel like I was doing things over and over and over again. So I
think I know the reason for that, though, because I was thinking about this, and the mission structure in GTA 5, not only have you got 3 different characters that you're playing, right? So that's 3 different perspectives, personalities. Yeah. So you're always like experiencing a new side of the story or the side of the characters. But the missions in GTA 5 are much more bombastic. Like you get these massive set piece crazy missions that you just couldn't do in Mafia 3, because Mafia 3 is much more grounded, and it's obviously set in 1968, whereas GTA is modern. You've got helicopters and jets, and you can, like, there's a mission, like one of the early missions in GTA, you're chasing after this like truck and as Michael, and your son is on the back of this truck.
Oh, with the boat.
Yeah. And you've got to get close to it, and his son's like dangling off it, and you've got to get underneath so you can jump in your car, and it's just like crazy stuff like that so far, like nothing like that has happened in Mafia. Mafia is very much about sneaking in places, stealthily taking people out, or going in guns blazing. Like you've killed the dudes, you stole the money, you burnt the drugs or whatever, and then that's it. Like that's the sort of mission that you do. Like
nice.
But you know, I haven't, like I say, I haven't played it too extensively yet. So there could be like more bombastic missions in Mafia 3 that I haven't got to yet. But yeah.
The only thing I've really been playing, honestly, is Paper Mario. I think next week, I was going to do it this week, but I didn't have the money to do it. But I think next week I'm going to buy Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Quest Builders?
Dragon Quest Builders. That's it. I'm a fan of the series. I have been since I was young, and but with this one, because I like Minecraft as well. I don't know that I would like the third person perspective as much, but I definitely, when I look at it, I go, this game looks kind of cool. Like I like the fact that it's got some RPG aspects to it, more so. Yeah, it's got quests and stuff, and more so than Minecraft. Like Minecraft has some RPG aspects, but they don't really affect you.
Have you played the demo?
No, is there a demo?
There's a demo on PlayStation 4.
Oh, well, I gotta check it out then. I'm gonna get it after this and check it out and try it.
I've not seen any footage of this game, but I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, I've seen footage. I've definitely seen footage, but I definitely want to play it too because, like, I was also listening to Kind of Funny, and Greg was also he was basically saying that like the building aspects are a little bit easier. Like I've got chests all over the place in Minecraft, and essentially what I do is I build a new building, and then I put a couple of chests in there, and then I start stocking that chest with stuff I pick up from that area. So sometimes I go, oh, I got gold. I want to build something, and I go over and I'm like, oh, it's on this chest. I'm like, oh man, which chest is it in? And what Greg was saying, that like once you put things in that chest, it's locked in to all your chests all over, which I get that probably makes the game a little bit easier, but I like that aspect. Like
it's a convenience, really.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I love building in Minecraft. Like I'll get in there and I'll just zone out, man. Next thing I know, I'm like deep in just building and I'm hoping, and mining, you know what I mean? Like I'll get down and start going in and mining and stuff. Like I'm hoping that those aspects are in this, where you could just start digging down deep and just lose yourself, you know, because that's what happens in Minecraft for me. Like that music hits and I just get lost in that world, man. And I'm like, next thing you know, I'm like out and I'm just doing my thing. And go get out of here.
Is there any multiplayer aspect to?
I don't know. Again, there's just I've seen some things, not a whole lot, but it has me peaked. It has my interest peaked, and I want to check it out. So,
because I think that'd be really cool if you could join each other's world in Dragon Quest Builders and take on quests and build stuff together. Like,
yeah,
I think that would be pretty interesting.
Before we jump into our first topic, one thing I wanted to do also was, did you realize that? Did you see that Holly made a video this week?
You know what? It didn't show up in my YouTube feed, but then Karina was watching it. I was like, what? Which
Yeah.
Holly's made a video?
Yeah, man. It's been a while since she's made videos, and I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I saw on Twitter that went out and stuff. So after this, I'm gonna watch it and check it out. But yeah, that excited me. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome! Like, because she stopped for a long time, and she does really great videos, man. She really does.
We need to make some collaboration videos with Holly as well.
Absolutely. She would be amazing for that. So yeah, I'm down for that, definitely. And I'll reach out to her and talk to her and see what she wants to do. But our first topic, I don't think we're going to go too deep into this one, but I didn't even know this. Toby reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to discuss this? And apparently NX has a name.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously, none of this is confirmed or anything, but somebody on, I think it was 2chan, which is like an anonymous sort of forum from China or Japan. So I can't remember where it's from, but people can just post things and leak things on there anonymously. No one can track it. And somebody posted a photo of sort of it looked like a flyer or a leaflet or something that had Nintendo Duo on it. And it looks pretty good, pretty well done. Like, and it's got some writing blurred out at the bottom. Obviously, anyone could make this. Anyone could just print this off and just post it. So, but I just thought, Nintendo Duo, it kind of fits, like hybrid, like dual thing. Like, so it could be real, but it could definitely be fake. If it was real, though, do you like it?
No, I don't like the name. I don't. And when I read that, I was like, no, don't do that. Like, I don't know. And maybe that's because I'm like thinking like Nintendo X or something like that. Like, and by X, I mean cross, like, hybrid cross, like cross play and stuff like that. So that's why I'm thinking like Nintendo X, like, but, and because we've been calling it NX for so long, it would kind of be cool to just keep calling it NX. But who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? I don't know that. I mean, Duo, it explains what it is to some degree. Yeah. But I think at the same time, like, if you say Nintendo Duo, I think you're going to confuse parents with it.
In what way?
Because they're going to be like, well, what do you mean 2? Like, what's 2? I don't know. I just feel like there's a possibility of it being.
I think it's not going to confuse them in the same way that Wii U did.
Well, because
it's clearly
branded definitely messed up branding on their part, and they definitely dropped the ball on that one. I think that, because if they would have just said Wii 2, the problem was with the consoles didn't look that far apart from each other, and then they had the gamepad, and that was the only difference. So I think some people looked at it and were like, oh, well, that's basically the same thing. And then you had retailers that weren't trained properly and didn't know what they were talking about. I think they're getting totally out of the realm of possibilities of like this being confused with the Wii U at all. Unless you get someone that goes, oh, this works with the Wii U and this screen goes portable and the other one stays in and this replaces your gamepad. And then people are like, oh, I got to buy this plus that. No. So that could be why too. Like if you that makes a lot of sense now that I just said that out loud. There's rumors that like Nintendo's done, like at the end of this month, like they're not going to put out any more, they're not going to sell any more Wii U's to anybody, to retailers. So it could be that Nintendo's looking like get these things off the shelves as quickly as possible. Like whatever you have, that's all you get, because I don't think they want them on. That was part of the problem too, because the Wii and the Wii U were both on shelves at the same time. So I think that's where some confusion came in. And I think you could, with them saying like, okay, we need to get this off the shelves. So this way, no one confuses the NX.
The thing is though, in shops at the moment in the UK, like there's barely like any shops where you barely see a Wii U section ever. Like no supermarkets in the UK sell Wii U games. the only specialist game stores like Game or as it would be probably GameStop in the US, they have a very small section of Wii U games, and I don't even remember seeing Wii U consoles in there. I think you pretty much only get them online in the UK now.
Wow. I know that, like, well, okay, an example for us, like, you go to Target and the section's decent size. It's about the same size as the PS4 and the Xbox One section.
Wow.
Those sections are a little bit bigger because they just have more games, but it's a long shelf. And you know what? And I'm wrong, because it's probably like two sections that are Wii U, and then it's 3DS. So the length is the same, but it's both combined. And then the PS4 and the Xbox One is like real long, but they have so many more games than Nintendo does, and that makes sense. But you can't. Every time I go like to Walmart and stuff, like, you'll see one or two sitting in the glass case that can be bought and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. The first, I guess, real topic is something you brought to me, and go ahead with that.
Yeah. So this occurred to me when I was playing Mafia 3, because basically a lot of games have collectibles that encourage you to explore the open world or the environment, but then a lot of those games also have some way of showing all these collectibles up on the map. So in something like Far Cry, you'd climb a tower and then everything in the area will become visible on the map. Or in Assassin's Creed, you go up to the eagle thing and then you can suddenly see everything. And, you know, it kind of makes sense that you can see more stuff when you're up high. But in like Mafia 3, you got to these little sort of fuse box things, and you put like a hacking device on there, and then that shows up things in the sort of sector you're in the part of town that you're in. And basically it just creates sort of instead of going around looking for stuff and having the joy of exploration and finding things, it shows things up on the map. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go and get that, tick that off. There's a chest over here. I'll go get that and I'll tick that off. And, you know, I think having those elements in these sorts of games, it ruins sort of the joy of collecting. So how do you feel about that? And do you think that games should or shouldn't have that sort of thing?
I think that, okay, so like when you compare it to like Zelda, so when you go into Zelda, you know there's going to be treasure chests, there's going to be all that stuff. You can start to find items that will help you expose those hidden treasure chests and all that stuff.
Like the compass.
The compass, yes, exactly. And you get the map, and the map opens up not everything all the time, but it shows a good portion of where you got to go. Like, it might not show like, hey, you could drop a bomb here and blow through that wall or stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I think maps in general like that are fine.
Yes,
but ones that show up where every little collectible is on the map.
That's, to me, is a mistake, and that takes away from part of the game. Like,
then it becomes busy work.
Yeah, and one game, an example to that is SteamWorld Dig. So in Dig, you play and you're searching for treasure and stuff, but there is an upgrade you can get later on in the game that's like a mine detector, and it shows you, or a metal detector, and it shows you where every single treasure is in the entire map. And it makes the game easier. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can find everything real easy. But you
don't get that till quite late, though, do you?
You get it pretty late. It's pretty late in the game. I think you're into the third section of the game.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, at that point,
the game's pretty much.
So it's like that's a good upgrade that you get later on, that you can go back, revisit old areas, and find things you missed.
Yes,
which is fine. But when you first enter an area,
and that's what I was saying. Like, they did that right. Like, they gave it to you, but they also, you had to build to that section. It didn't just show up and you had it from the get go. You know what I mean? So that aspect, like, I understand. Like, I was cool with that, but like something that would show me like from the get-go, I wouldn't be cool with that. Like, that would drive me crazy, and I wouldn't be happy at all with that. So to think that that's how that game is kind of not good. Like, it's discouraging a little bit, and I'm not happy with that.
But then, like, you can't have, like, with large open world games, you can't have like nothing like that. If you take that away completely, then all of a sudden it becomes overwhelming. You've got this huge world and you've got to explore it and find stuff like, so you could be looking forever. If you want to find all these little things, you might end up just exploring an entire map, every inch of it, to try and find 3 or 4 collectibles.
Well,
or whatever.
Look at it in terms of like Uncharted. So if Uncharted did that, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah, if you could find out where all the little twinkly treasures were on the map,
like, this is nonsense. Like, what's the point of this? Like, you're supposed. So to me, it's like, and that's like GTA. Like, what if GTA showed you where everything you can unlock is? Like when you're playing, like I could go do this and I could do that, and like, hey, get to this section. But like, I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
What about, because in Tomb Raider as well, Lara Croft has got this explorer's sense. Like, you press in the R3 button and it turns on like a survival or an instinct mode, and it highlights things in the general vicinity that are close to Lara that you can go and scavenge and stuff. So I find myself running around the environments every like minute or so, sometimes every 30 seconds, I'm pressing this button in to make sure I haven't missed anything.
Okay.
And that becomes a bit annoying. Like, I can't help myself because I don't want to miss anything.
Is it kind of like detective mode in Arkham series?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the screen sort of goes a bit black and white, but all the collectibles show up as like a bright yellow, like they glow.
Yeah.
And it's like, in my head, I think I should be good enough to spot these things without having to press that button.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am, but even after I've been through an area and I've picked stuff up without pressing it, I have to press it to make sure I haven't missed anything.
Yeah, I can see how that would be. I mean, it's nice, I guess, but there should be a way to like not have that if you choose not to, because I feel like it's almost like a crutch. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Degree. Like you're going to constantly go back to it if you can.
There is an ability you unlock though that it's like a survival upgrade that you use a skill point to unlock, and that makes things that are like within a few meters of Lara show up without having to press the button.
Yeah.
So I think like gradually upgrading that skill.
Yeah.
So like over time you don't have to press that button anymore.
Yeah.
Like that would feel pretty cool, I think.
And I find that when I play Arkham, a lot of times I'm running around in detective mode a lot. Like, everything's kind of like black and white because I'm just running around. But for that game, I don't mind as much just because it's like you're playing Batman in a darker. A lot of times I'll do detective mode because it kind of lights things up from the dark side. Like when you're playing the Arkham series, like those games are pretty dark. So sometimes you get into areas and you can't really see like what's over here. And I'll put it on detective mode because it kind of lights everything up and I can see like, oh, okay, that's a wall, you know. But again, it'll show you like breakout. Like I could break this wall out. I put some gel on there and I could detonate the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you need that though because you don't always see things like the broken walls.
Absolutely. Yeah. And especially like I said, as dark as Arkham is, it's hard to see all that stuff.
Yeah.
So to get that little hint, it helps. That definitely helps because that game would go from a 20-hour game to an 80-hour game if you didn't have that. Like I'd be walking around in circles like, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Yeah.
So and another thing Tomb Raider does well with the map system is, unlike in Assassin's Creed, where you go to the tower and then suddenly everything is visible when you're up there. But in Tomb Raider, you have to explore the environment first, and then you'll come across like bits of map, like in a cave or whatever, and then you'll look at it, and then that will say, now you found this specific map, all of the relics in the area are suddenly on the map. And it's like one specific collectible is found by finding this map. So you have to explore somewhere else, find a different map, and then suddenly a different collectible shows up on the map. So it's sort of, they've spread that out a bit more. So you have to explore first before things show up on the map.
Nice.
So,
other than that, I don't think that I've ever really experienced a game like what you're saying. Like I don't think that I've ever played a game that just like shows you where everything is. Like that's, to me, that kind of just defeats the whole purpose of the game. Like you don't like okay, there's times where you're searching for something, you can't find it, and it's frustrating because you just can't find it. But why? Like, why would you want to know where every little thing is? Like, that's like me playing Paper Mario, and it's like, oh, here's this. Go into this way. Like, here's a hidden door over here. Like, why would you be like, that to me makes no sense.
I can't remember what game it is. There's a game that you can. I'm not sure what game it is, but you can go in and you can purchase a map, and on that map it will show up treasures. So then it's optional.
Yeah, then it's optional. You know what I mean?
So like if you're going around the environment and you found a bunch of stuff, but then if you want to buy a treasure map, then you can do that, and then it will show things up.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
I can't remember what game it might have been. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I'm not sure, but yeah.
All right, so then finally, we have a little topic that I kind of, because it starts. There's times where I want to trophy hunt in PlayStation games, and then there's times where I'm just like, I don't think I want to do it. And it seems like the games that I really like, I'll be like, hey, I want to go trophy hunt, and then. But my question to you is, and I think I forget what Sean calls it. It's like maybe a rusty trophy or something like that. But the idea is you get, so sometimes these platinum trophies are so insane, the things you need to do to get platinum, it makes you not have fun with the game. And that's what I want to know is like, is there games that you were playing, and as you were playing them, like you were like, I love this game, I'm going to go after the platinum. And then as you start to get in there, you're just like, oh, I'm starting to not like this game at all.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of games are like that. Oceanhorn was one recently that I absolutely love that game, and I spent like 15 hours in it or whatever, and I wanted to get all the trophies, 100% it. And so I was going through the trophy list, seeing which ones I was missing, and some of them were like very easy to get, like kill a certain amount of type of enemy or whatever, and that's fine. Like, some of it encourages you to explore places that you wouldn't normally, or goes to certain islands that you wouldn't normally bother revisiting. And once you do that, like that's cool. That's kind of adding a different type of experience to the game. Like, but then there was one that was catch every type of fish in the game, and this is the last trophy that I need to get. But the problem is, it's a fishing mini game, and it's just tedious because the mini game's not that good. It's not that fun. And you don't know like where all the fishes are to collect. Certain islands only have certain fish on, and there's two particular types of fish that are just really ridiculously hard to get. One of them is a ghost fish, which is on a graveyard island, and to get that one you have to fish, and then when the ghost fish bites, it reverses your controls. And in the mini game, basically, you're holding the fishing rod and you press left and right to keep the fish on the screen. And if it goes off the screen, then you lose the fish. So when your controls are reversed, like you're pressing right, but he's holding the fishing rod to the left. And like that, it really messes you up, and it's really difficult. And it's just like very finicky. And then there's another type of fish that you get on the very last island that electrocutes you. And you've got no way of defending yourself. Basically, you've got to make sure you go in with maximum health, and then you've got to make sure you catch it before you die, basically.
Wow.
It's so hard to get this fish's health down, because like the more you pull on it, the more its health goes down. But their health goes back up if you pull in the wrong direction. So it's like, it's really just difficult and annoying, and it's not fun at all. But they're forcing you to play this mini game, and I decided I'm just going to abandon it because I'm not having fun. So
yeah, and that's so the same thing happened to me with SteamWorld Heist, and I played it on the 3DS. Right, we got it on the 3DS first, and I was playing through it, and I was like, oh, I love this game. I can't wait till it hits PlayStation.
I remember saying to you, like, I can't wait to see what cool trophies we can get.
And I'm like, I'm going after this. I'm gonna platinum this game. It's like, Julius, Brian, if you guys are listening, like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, like, who picked these trophies? Like, the one, you have to shoot 3 hats off in one shot. Well, I played the game 40, 50 hours now. Never once have I ever had 3 people line up perfectly where I can actually shoot the hats off. And it's like, there's not even a trophy like if you get like all the hats or like certain hats, and like it's like the thinking of it just didn't. And that's and I'm pointing this out because this one in particular, like I made it a mission to go after. You have to level up every character to level 10.
Yeah.
So you're playing levels over and over and over and over again just to level up characters. And it's like, it's not fun anymore. Like it starts to make the game not fun. And I actually stopped playing it because I was like, I love this game so much. I don't want to ruin this game for me. So I stopped. I was like, I don't want to do this, man, because I know what's going to happen. I'm completely going to despise it. And I don't want to do that.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because it's in one way, the developers are encouraging you to play the game for longer and get more out of it. But on the other hand, if the challenges they're setting you with these trophies aren't fun and they become tedious and grindy, then you start to get bad memories of this game.
Yes.
And like in a couple of years, you might look back and remember this game. Instead of remembering all the fun you had with it, you'll remember all of the slog and the toil and the hardship that you had trying to get these trophies. And it is your fault for trying to get the trophy in the first place. But then why are the trophies there to begin with? Like the developers clearly want you to try for these trophies. Like they are an incentive. To you.
Well, the one for me too, the other one was Arkham City or Arkham Knight. So going into that game, I was like, I'd never platinum a Batman game. I'm going to platinum this one. And when they locked the platinum basically behind, well, they locked also the true ending behind collecting all the Riddler clues. And I was like, wow. So I basically, and the other thing with that one that I didn't like was you had to then play the game again on a harder mode. And if you already beat it, you had to play it on a harder mode and go through it again. It was like, why are you making me play the game twice? Like, it's a 30-hour game. Like, you're making me. Now, I get, like, I'm sure if I was a kid and I had nothing to do and I was, like, I remember when I was a kid and I played Mario a million times. Like, I played Super Mario a million times and I beat it over and over and over again. But you don't have no life. Like, you're not going out, you're not working or any of that. Like, you go to school, you come home, and that's all you do, so it's easier then to do those types of things. But now, and maybe that's part of my problem, games aren't really for me, they're for little kids, but like I even look at like Minecraft, like the stuff to get platinum there is like insanity. It's some of the stuff they ask you to do, it's like, holy cow, man, like this is.
You need a lot of time and a lot of dedication.
A lot of time. Yeah. You need, and there's people that go through and they platinum stuff all the time, and they have a lot of platinums. I think I only got one platinum, and that was The Walking Dead.
Because you just get that for completing it.
Just get it for completing the game. And I was like, now with that one, it would have been kind of cool if they were like, you have to beat the game twice, and you have to make like good decisions on one go through and bad decisions on another go like. And when I say good and bad, I mean like you have to like make the proper decisions in terms of saving.
I don't think that's a good idea though, because that sort of game is based on the decisions you would make personally. A lot of it is very personal, and if they're saying you've got to choose these sort of decisions, then that takes away a lot of what the game's about, I think.
Now, I never beat season 2 of The Walking Dead. I did beat season 1. I got a good portion into 2, and I just stopped playing. And I just wasn't as fun as the first one. Like that first one, that story was so riveting and so enthralling. The second one, I kind of just was like, I got a good portion through, and I was just like, I don't know. It's kind of like you're making decisions based upon what you feel, but it just always seems like there's some real shady people, and I'm sure that makes you feel like what it is to be if this was really happening. But it's just it's awkward too. Like I'm picking relationships based on the first game, and I'm thinking to myself like, should I really be doing this stuff? Because I don't know. But it's kind of cool. I'm interested to play the Batman Telltale game. But I'm waiting till it's all done. And
same here.
I don't like buying and then waiting a bunch of months to get.
Plus, you get it cheaper a lot of the time.
Usually, I think, when it's all done, I'll get it for $5 for the whole thing, and that's the way.
Yeah, there'll be some sale or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because what is it? It's typically like $5 an episode normally, and then when it's done, like I got Game of Thrones, I didn't even touch it. I paid $5 for the whole thing. So
yeah, and you can get the Telltale bundle, which is like all of like Telltale's series in one bundle, and it was like £20 not long ago, and I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of games for £20.
Yeah, and I do want to play Wolf Among Us because I heard that's a really good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I never completed that one though. That one fell off for me. Yeah.
I think that's it, Tobes.
Is it? It felt like it's a very short podcast.
It does feel short. Do you want
to talk about anything else, Bobby? How are you feeling?
I feel good. You know what, man? I do feel good, actually. Well, two things. Tony and I booked a trip to Disney.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. We're going back in May.
Yeah.
So, which she booked that a while ago. But now we're getting to the point where every time we go, we stay in this one place called Bay Lake Tower. And it's our home resort. It's where we always go. And this time, she's like, now when we first got married, we stayed in a place called the Wilderness Lodge. Amazing place. But we just never went back. And so yesterday or the day before, she messages me and she goes, if you could stay in any place besides Bay Lake, where would you want to go? And I was like, I go back to Wilderness Lodge in a heartbeat. Like when I tell you walk in this place and the ceiling is like, you just look up. It feels like you're looking up forever.
Yeah.
And there's these totem poles like that go from the ground all the way to the roof. And there's 4 of them, and they're just all sculpted. And there's a little geyser, fountain in the middle of the hotel that actually like runs out, and there's a little bridge in the lobby, and it goes out the back wall. And then when you walk out, the river goes down, right? You follow the river down, and it empties into the pool. Mm-hmm. And then like every hour and a half, like there's a geyser that goes up in the back, like it blows off, and you're like, you hear it and you look, and the water streaming like real high to the sky, and it was like just a cool place. Really cool.
Sounds cool.
It's amazing. So I said to her, I'd like to stay there, and she was like, I was thinking Grand Floridian. I'm like, nope, don't want to do with that plate. Nope, we ain't staying there. And she's like, well, what about the boardwalk? And I was like, yeah, that's not a bad one. You know what I mean? So she looked at the points, and she's like, well, the Wilderness Lodge is like 255 points. And the boardwalk is 255. And I was like, okay, either one,
I would have said that the Wilderness one is more romantic, considering it was from the first time
it's from the first time we went and all that stuff. And we got some really good pictures that are like that we took there out on our wedding. Like, so what happened was she looked around, and here they redid the rooms in the Wilderness Lodge, and they refurbished them, and they're real like hardwood floors, and like,
do you sleep inside of a log?
No, stop. And it feels like you're in a log cabin though, you know what I mean? And,
yeah.
But you're not. And it has like they updated the TVs, and they updated the kitchens and all that. I'm like, yeah, we need to stay there. She's like, yeah, I agree. So I think Wednesday we find out if she's able to transfer, because basically the way it works is at your home resort, you can book a trip 11 months out. So that's what we do. But then to go to a resort that isn't your home, you have to wait till it's 7 months out. Well, sometimes by that point, they're booked out and you can't get in.
Yeah. So
Wednesday, we find out if we can switch hotels and go to the Wilderness or go to the boardwalk. With our resort, we've been there for 7 years now, I believe. Mm-hmm. And still to this day, like, people can't transfer in. It's so busy. I mean, there's certain times of year you can, but it's one of the harder ones to transfer into, which the only downfall to where we're going to go, though, we have to rent a car. But whatever. But it's cool that there's like a little arcade there. Like every resort has like a little arcade. But the games, it's funny because I walked through the arcade this past time. The games are just not cool anymore.
Really?
They're really bad, man. They're like a lot of like mobile games that turn into, like there was one that was like that. It was one of those runner games, and I'm like, how is this an arcade game? Like, how do they make this an arcade game?
Wouldn't it be great if they had the Luigi's Mansion arcade game?
Now, Miguel went to Dave and Buster's here in the United States, and they had
it.
And it's like you have the actual the gun or the vacuum cleaner in your hand, and you're holding it down, like suck up ghosts and stuff. Like, I was like, that is so awesome. Cool. Yeah, man. I was like, that is awesome, dude. That's amazing. And he was taking pictures and showing me. I'm like, oh, now I want to go to one in Philadelphia that's where he went to that one up there. He went on he took the kids up on a class trip or something to Philadelphia, and they stayed overnight. And then I guess they went there like as something to do with the kids or whatever. So that was kind of cool. Trying to think what else. Xbox One. I'm starting to get more hyped about that as time goes on. I really am. I want it bad, man. I really do. Like Forza, I want Forza bad. I
was watching Kyle Bossman play through Banjo-Kazooie on Rare Replay, and it looks so good. And I just want to play it.
Well, you know what's funny is so last night I went to bed, right? And for some reason, I don't ever really do this, but for some reason I turned on If We Ran Nintendo podcast and was laying there and I was listening to it, and then I woke up to some voices. And I'm like, I recognize these voices. I don't know who they are. And I'm like sleeping. I'm like, asleep, not asleep. And I could hear them talking and stuff. And it's the Easy Ally podcast, right? And it's Kyle, and they're talking about like their favorite 3D platformers and all that stuff. And like Kyle's talking about like he bashed. What game was he bashing? He was tearing a game up. I think it was Mario 64, wasn't it?
No, he loves Mario 64.
Oh, 3D World.
3D World, yeah.
Yeah,
that was it.
Part of me...
I agree with him. That is not a memorable Mario game.
You're nuts.
It's a great co-op experience.
No, it's an amazing game.
It's missing something. It doesn't feel magical to me. Like, not like... I don't know, not anything like Mario Galaxy. Like Mario Galaxy is a special game.
You know,
Mario 3D
Galaxy
World
is not special.
Oh my god!
The first one is.
You're on
the
the
first
other
one
end of the
is.
spectrum, man.
The second one is not that great.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Bobby.
It is not. Stop. The first one is awesome. The first one is amazing. Loved it. Second one, no, not so much.
I'm not saying 3D World is a bad game. It is a brilliant game and a fantastic co-op experience. But as a single-player 3D Mario, it's just lacking soul.
I loved it. I loved that game. Like, that game, man, that game was so... that was one game that I went in, I got every stamp, I got every star, I got... except for the upper world, but I unlocked the upper world. So I did all that so I could unlock the upper world and get up there and unlock Rosalina and all that, and... that game is, and I loved playing as Rosalina. I thought Rosalina was. Now, if you want to talk about games that drive you crazy, like if there was a platinum on 3D World, that would have driven me crazy because you literally had to like touch the flagpole with every character, to unlock certain things. And I was like, this is BS. Like, this is nonsense. That I have to literally go and play these levels with and some of them levels are really hard. And it's like, but I did as much as I possibly could, and I did unlock the upper level, but them levels are...
they're very hard,
They're very hard.
I really want the next Mario game to just be like an adventure game. Like a 3D, like a... You know, because you go into these Mario games now, and they're just floating worlds. You know, almost like Mario Galaxy was. Mario Galaxy made sense because you were in space, and there was planets. But then you have 3D World that's just... There's just like sky beneath you. Like you've got these floating things. A lot of the levels were just like things in the air, like different, and it didn't feel like a world, you know. And I think that's what's missing from the soul of that game. It's just levels. That's what that game is.
You know what? You're just levels. That's ridiculous, man.
Dude, did you see? I did my first tweet from the new.
No, I didn't. Did you?
New Twitter, yeah.
Oh man, what did you tweet? Was it something good at least?
You tell me.
Let me see. Because I have like 5 accounts now.
I know.
It's ridiculous, and I'm trying to like manage them all. It's kind of cool. It's cool and it's not, because my Twitter will show that like a number next to it.
Yeah.
And then I'll click in. I'm like, okay, which of the 5 accounts is actually something on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. My first tweet from the Twitter account, I'm on the toilet. Oh my God.
Read the hashtag.
Gotta poop fast. Hashtag gotta poop fast. What is wrong with you, man? Oh my God.
I had to integrate Sonic into it, and I was actually on the toilet. So.
And you got 3 likes. 3 people liked it.
One of which is B.
I figured that. I'm sure one is Toby's take. Let's see who else liked it. Broken Block. There's a shocker. And Johnny B. And that's just rich. Of course, you would. Let me follow these 2 guys since they liked the comment. Broken Block is actually Gary Gray. We need to get. I don't know what you think about bringing Gary on the show.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Yeah.
He loves Sonic.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. That's what I'm worried about. He wanted to do a game with us because he said he misses the games we used to play.
Yeah, because we need 3 people for a game.
Yeah. But he had an idea for a game, and I'm going to reach out to Gary. Maybe we'll get him on next week, and I'm a little hesitant to have 2 people from the UK on again, but
I'll bring Mike as well, and then we have 3 UK people.
Drummy needs to get on. Seriously, we've been talking about that since we started this.
Yeah,
and that's what, almost a year and a half now.
Yeah,
a year and a quarter, whatever. Like, we need to get Drummy on bad. Seriously, Drummy, if you're listening, because I would like Drummy, because Drummy would take my side and we would attack you.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, well,
Drummy's
kind of like wishy-washy. Like, he'll bounce to me, and then he'll bounce to you, and then he bounces to me, and he bounces to you.
He always comes back to me.
I don't know about that.
He does.
Let's not get crazy. And he likes me because I get you mad. That's why he likes me.
Yeah.
Like when I push you off that level in Grand Theft Auto, and you were freaking out. He loved every second of that. He loves hearing you get torqued up, man. And then the other thing he does is he likes when, and I don't know if he posted the videos yet, where I tear apart the tracks that are built. He's like, I want to know what you really think about this one, knowing that you built the track.
Yeah.
And I start tearing it apart.
Trashing on it.
He's giggling the whole time, like a little schoolgirl, man. It's so funny. But so that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, all that good stuff. Watching us on YouTube, if that's what you did. You can follow us on Twitter at @the_GeekCastPod. Both I and Toby will tweet from there. As you can hear, Toby is very articulate with his tweets. Yep. Be sure Tuesday to check out our top 10 Mario Kart 8 tracks. That video will be up Tuesday. I'm going to edit it actually after we're done here. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see this thing.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
Go check out my boy Murrin and his Deeper Reaches Miniatures on Facebook. Go check out that website or that like page and give him a little like and all that good stuff. So, Toby, it's been fun. See me later.
See you later, Bobby.